Mikel Arteta given 5 or 6 games to save his job. Welcome to the football news, top 10s and lifestyle zone, guys. How are you and where are you watching from? This is Rokani David, aka arane, to this channel, bringing you the story of Mikel Arteta in hot soup at Arsenal. Remember, he came in when they sacked a man who goes by the name of Unai Emery, and Fred Ljungberg, the former player of Arsenal, really was doing as a caretaker manager, I think 1 or 2 games, and then Mikel Arteta was gone from the coaching staff of Man City and he was granted a job to manage a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Remember, Mikel Arteta is one of those OBs that Arsenal was brought in by Arsene Wenger. He even became a captain of Arsenal for some time in there before he really retired in there to really see to it that he starts off his coaching career at Man City when Pep Guardiola told him that I really need your services at Man City. So guys, that's the story I'm going to talk about in detail. But before we get into this, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Remember, we are always live and we do premieres on a daily. So the reason as to why you have to subscribe and hit the notification bell after is because you won't miss out on each and every story that we put up into today. Now, Mikel Arteta has been given a deadline. All conditions have been set for his sacking at Arsenal, and the board has told him that if at all you don't win your next 5 games, if at all you don't show significant improvement into those next games of Arsenal, you are really going to be sacked. We're going to be looking at all those games that Mikel Arteta has to play with Arsenal or manage a team which goes by names of Arsenal to prove to his bosses that he's really the real man for the job, because fans are really fed up of Arteta. Arteta out has been trending, by the way, ever since they lost to Brentford. If they remember, they opened up with Brentford at the beginning of the season. There, it was the first game of the Premier League, and Arsenal lost to Brentford by 2-0 in there. They are nowhere near a good team. That's what I can tell you. Arsenal was nowhere near what we call a good team in there. So I really feel sad for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and I feel sad for the manager of Arsenal right now, because everything is not in his hands, because it looks like they've given him the money. He has spent £100 million into this transfer. He brought in Nuno Tavares for £7 million, Lokonga for 18 million pounds, that is £25 million. He brought in another player who goes by the names of Ben White, who goes by £55 million in there. And then he has summed up his, so far, I think he has not yet summed up, but we are left with just 7 days to the end of the transfer window. And as we speak right about now, he brought in Odegaard for 30 million pounds and Ramsdale for 25, tallying almost to 100 million. Now, if at all the board has really got you 100 million to really get in players, and you lose against Brentford, that's the reason as to why all this is like this. It's because Arteta lost against Brentford. If at all Arteta had lost against Chelsea and Man City, it wouldn't have been any big deal, because they know that those teams are far way better than Arsenal. But losing against Brentford really broke hearts of many in there. Now, before we get into the detailed breakdown of this, allow me to show you the games that Arteta has to play to see to it that he saves his job for a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. Alright, so they're on your screen in there. Arsenal has to play West Bromwich tomorrow in there. On Saturday, they're playing a team which goes by names of Man City. 11th September, they're playing a side which goes by names of Norwich City. Burnley, Arsenal on 18th of September. Arsenal Tottenham on 26th of September. And on the 2nd of October, Arsenal is playing Brighton. Now, when you look at all these games, Arteta has a very big chance to come up and really save his job. One, I'm having like 3 reasons in there, so I think Arteta has all what it takes to save his job. West Bromwich Albion. This is the League Cup. I think, although West Bromwich can come in and shock a man who goes by names of Arteta, I'm 100% sure Arteta can really bury this game. He can put this game to bed. I'm 100% sure Arteta and his boys can put this game to bed. And these are games that are going to show Arteta Are the players with you or not? Like the game they are playing tomorrow of West Bromwich Albion. This is the game where players really have to come up and save the job of the manager, because if at all they don't win the game of West Bromwich, that means pressure is going to pile a lot onto the players of Arsenal. Reason is simple. Their next game is against City, and they are going at Etihad in there. You never know, anything can happen in the game of football, and I really have thoughts in me that Arsenal might shock City in there, because they can't lose to Chelsea and City in a row in the Premier League. That's what is going into my mind, and I'm trying really to memorize it and really think about it, of how Arsenal can really come up and put up a shock at the Etihad in here. But the game that these boys have got to win to get back their mentality into the right position is the game of West Bromwich Albion that is going to be played tomorrow in there. So remember, we are coming up with the predicted Arsenal lineup versus West Bromwich in there. Injury updates. We are really going to give you the injury updates of the Arsenal players in there, the which players are really returned in there. But this game of West Bromwich Albion is the game that is really going to show that is Arteta in good terms with the players. Has he lost the dressing room or not? Because if at all he's in control of the dressing room, this is a must-win for Arsenal. And if at all he is not in right control of the dressing room, this might be another loss for Arsenal. The reason as to why Arsenal fans are furious is not because Arsenal is losing to Chelsea or is going to lose to Man City maybe. The problem is Arsenal losing to Brentford, and if at all Arsenal loses again to a side which goes by names of West Bromwich Albion, fans are really going to get more and more furious. The only way to get water and pour it onto the fire or the burning bush and really stop the fire from really spreading or blazing in there is by winning a game of West Bromwich. We don't need to see Arsenal winning by 5 goals, whether it's 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2. Arsenal needs a win tomorrow. So that is the first game. I think that one is okay. Arteta can really gate with the players that he has. He can really go ahead and win that one. Now let's get on to the other game. It's against Man City in there. When you look at Man City, they are not into their right shape. The introduction of Jack Grealish and the lack of a number 9 in there really affects them, especially if at all they get to play a more technical manager in there. I think Mikel Arteta has really gotten some points of Pep Guardiola into this Premier League, but I think sorry for that, but I think this time round it's a different game of play altogether, because it's Arteta to save his job, and he's facing his former boss who goes by the names of Pep Guardiola, and he knows what Pep Guardiola is all about. By the way, Pep Guardiola is the most predicted manager because he knows what he comes with. Everyone knows what Pep Guardiola is bringing on the pitch. Total football, no sitting back. He will attack you from minute 1 to minute 2. So it's up to you to come up with the statistics or all tactics that are really going to stop his team from doing what he wants. That is a man who goes by the name of Pep Guardiola. And this one is a tricky one. It really reminds me of Arteta, what he did last season. I think last season there is a season when he beat a man who goes by the names of Pep Guardiola in there. Arsenal beat Man City in there, and I think Arsenal can really put up a shock. Yeah. They're friends of mine. I was in the salon today. You see, my hair is all, I've changed the look in there. I think you love the way I'm looking, guys. So I was looking very shabby with my hair in there, but I'm now looking far much better. That's what I'm thinking in there. I don't know what you think about my new look, guys. You can as well get in the comment section and tell me what you think about. Hakim, thank you for the haircut. And surprisingly, when I went there, Hakim told me that I really watch your channel in there. He never knew. He has been my barber for a very long time, but he never knew that I really do this kind of thing, and he loves the channel. He sent greetings to all of you guys, and I said, oh my god, this is how far we are really going. So guys, endeavor to subscribe. So I was really telling you that I was telling those guys in salon that I think Arsenal are really going to shock Man City on Saturday. I'm 100% sure, not even 90% sure, but I'm 100% sure that Arsenal after playing West Bromwich Albion and they get a win, they just need that sparking moment. They need that boost in them. And I think West Bromwich Albion is the perfect game for Arsenal to come through and really showcase what they have into plenty for a team which goes by the names of Man City. Because Man City is predictable, it will come all out through. And I think that if at all Mikel Arteta can really say that, let me sit back and really try to play a defensive game for the better of my job. I'm not going to attack this team. I'll attack it on the break, because I think by the time they play Man City, Odegaard will be here, because Odegaard can really create some good chances for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. He has a good shot on him. So to me, I'm 100% sure that Arsenal are really going to shock City there, because most people are really sure that Arsenal is going to lose again, something that I think is not going to happen, because losing 3 games in a row just indicates that you are not fit for being an Arsenal manager in there. And by the way, Arsenal, you should really get concerned about this, and you should jubilate about Arteta being given 5 games. It shows you how serious the board is. They really want to see Arsenal improving and competing for the top 4 positions of the Premier League in there. So it shows you that managers are serious. The board is serious to see to it that Arteta delivers. If he doesn't deliver, a sack is coming. Now, after playing Man City, we are going into the so-called international break into there, and Arsenal will really return into the field on the 11th of September as Arsenal plays Norwich. Now, something concerning the international break-off. National break-off is going to help a man who goes by the name of Mikel Arteta. 1, the likes of Thomas Partey will get enough time to get back. Lacazette and Aubameyang, we never know, might have really gotten a very good chance to come up and really recover very well from the COVID-19. Even Ben White there, because if it's going to be a marathon, that 1.5 weeks in there would have caused problems for Arsenal, because Ben White would be away. Lacazette, Aubameyang wouldn't have really regained himself to full potential in there. Thomas Partey, we don't know when he's returning. Kian Tierney, you get? So I think after playing Man City, Arteta will have some good time in there to really see himself setting up his team again and welcoming back new players, of which welcoming back new players means adding sugar to tea such that it tastes well. So Arsenal is preparing its tea, and it's being prepared by Arteta, and those players coming in through will really do the needful for a man who goes by the name of Mikel Arteta. So I think that's another blessing in this case that Arsenal really going to have. Though in these games they've really missed many of these people in there. They've missed Thomas Partey especially, because I think Partey is one of those people that really is one of those big crucial players for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. And by the way, starting off a season like that without Thomas Partey, the biggest and the on form, the talented midfielder that we have at Arsenal can really boost up the team, because it does box-to-box role in there. It's pretty sad in there. So these guys were really telling me that while in Salon that Lokonga, one of the guys said that Lokonga is better than Thomas Partey. I told him, you guy, you don't know what you talk about ball, because if I told you you're talking ball, there's no way I can even compare Lokonga to Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey has competed for the Champions League, won La Liga in there, so he has the experience. Lokonga has been Belgium underaged, and Thomas Partey is really something different, because we even saw him into the friendlies, the personal friendlies, taking free kicks. So I think it was maybe that ideal plan of Arteta to give Thomas Partey to take free kicks in there, because he took one against Rangers and hit the bar in there. Was it Hibernian in there? Yes, and it hit the bar in there. So I think he has been practicing a lot, and it's time for him to showcase his goodies for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, to see whether he serves his job. That is Mikel Arteta. Now, after the Norwich game, Arsenal will go ahead and play a side which goes by names of Burnley. I think Norwich, Burnley and Spurs, all of those are winnable games. Arsenal can win them. Arsenal can win those games. So to me, I think Mikel Arteta can really save his job, and Brighton in there on the 2nd of October after they will go in for the international break. So Arsenal has given Arteta 6 games in there. By 2nd October, we will be knowing whether Arteta is going to be at Arsenal or not. That's what we are really going to be knowing in there. So when you look at all this, I've seen stories from the Telegraph reporting this story that the board has given Arteta 5 games in there. It just comes out as a rumor, but you know, there is no smoke without fire. It shows you that there is something that is cooked behind in there, that Arteta should really take care, because if at all he doesn't, he won't, because he has lost 2-0 for his first 2 games that opened up the Premier League consecutively in there. So it shows you that he really needs to wake up and really go held his stockings up. But I know Arteta will, and the boys are in for him. It's all about, by the way, what leads to the sacking of the manager is one. If the players no longer want you, there is no way you're really going to stay on the job. They'll make sure that you get sacked in there. So that has happened with Jose Mourinho. Paul Pogba was sacked because of that. Messi and maybe some coaches at Madrid have been, because Ronaldo, you're not in good terms of Ronaldo, you're sacked immediately. So the Daily Telegraph claims the Emirates board are willing to give Arteta until October's international break to keep the job. That is second of October, and that is when Arsenal is really going to be playing a team which goes by names of Brighton. Games that I think Arsenal can really come up and win. Though Brighton looks great with Besuma, one of the players linked to a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. So Mikel Arteta is really in for it, because it's really hard. Because when you look at Arsenal, there are signings that he wanted and he has not gotten some of his first signings. Wanted Madison, Locatelli in there. Now Besuma is nowhere to be seen. So to me, I think it's really something great to see to it that a man who goes by names of Mikel Arteta comes up with the best team to really go ahead and win him a game. Thank you guys for watching in. I really want to see you guys tell me what you think about Mikel Arteta being given 5 games. If at all he really fails to make a significant improvement in there and promise to the board, that means Mikel Arteta will be sacked as an Arsenal manager. Will he be the first manager to be sacked in the Premier League? That's the big question I leave out for you here on the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. This is Rokani, aka RD, to this channel. I'm out for now. See you later. But your comment on this story are welcome in the comment section below, because you guys, we do these stories for you, and when we really come and sit in front of camera, we really want to hear your views in there. So views meaning comment on this video, guys. 5 fingers out to all of you watching in. You see my behind, I'm having Aubameyang, I'm having Bruno Fernandes, Lukaku, and the man who goes by the names of Jack Grealish in there, the new signee at a team which goes by the names of Man City. I'm out. Bye.